It was a hot, bustling afternoon at an international airport, the kind where the air hums with the chaos of travelers, families lugging suitcases, business people tapping on laptops, and the faint crackle of boarding announcements. Among them sat a man in a simple black shirt, his shoes polished but modest, his small bag tucked beside him. No flashy watch, no entourage, just a quiet presence in the first-class lounge. This was Ibrahim Traoré, though no one knew it yet. Not the passengers sipping overpriced coffee, not the staff scanning tickets, and certainly not Clara, the flight attendant whose actions would soon spark a global conversation. As Ibrahim handed over his ticket for Flight 227 to Ouagadougou, Clara's smile vanished. Her eyes flicked from his face to his clothes, narrowing with suspicion. "Excuse me, sir," she said, her tone sharp. "You must be lost. This lane is for first class." Ibrahim, calm as a still lake, handed her the ticket again. "This is my ticket," he said softly. "Seat 2A. Clara's face tightened. "This flight isn't for someone of your color," she snapped, her voice loud enough to turn heads. Whispers rippled through the crowd. Phones came out, recording. A young mother gasped. A businessman frowned. Clara doubled down, laughing coldly. "You can't even pronounce the airline's name, and you think you belong in first class." The scene unfolded like a storm. A younger attendant, nervous but fair, scanned Ibrahim's ticket. A green checkmark flashed, valid. Clara's face twisted. "It doesn't matter," she hissed. "Look at him. Does he belong in 2A? But Ibrahim, unshaken, stepped forward. "I'm not here for drama," he said, his voice steady. "I just want to take my seat." Clara stood frozen, her authority crumbling. She stepped aside, muttering, "We'll see how long you last in that seat." On board, in the cool leather of seat 2A, Ibrahim sat quietly, a small notebook in hand. Clara ignored him, skipping his seat while handing out hot towels and drinks. Passengers noticed. François, a French CEO in a tailored suit, watched with growing unease. The woman in 2B, an older French lady with pearl earrings, whispered, "Why is she treating him like that?" Tension simmered as Clara's disdain grew bolder. When turbulence hit, she smirked at Ibrahim. "Buckle up tight. Wouldn't want you flying out of your seat." He nodded politely. "Thank you for the reminder." François had seen enough. "Why are you treating this man with such disrespect?" he demanded. Clara's face reddened. "Mind your business," she snapped. But passengers nodded in agreement with François. Some clapped. The cabin buzzed with unease. As the plane descended into Ouagadougou, Clara made one last jab, whispering venomously, "You smell like you haven't bathed in a month. First class doesn't make you clean." Ibrahim's eyes met hers, calm and piercing. He said nothing. Then, the plane landed. A black car waited on the tarmac, flanked by soldiers and a red carpet. Passengers craned their necks. "Is there a celebrity on board?" someone murmured. Clara, confused, checked her manifest. No VIP alert. But the young attendant approached, holding his phone. "Clara, you need to see this." Her face paled as she saw the screen. A photo of Ibrahim in a military uniform, standing before thousands, the caption reading, * President Ibrahim Traoré, leader of Burkina Faso. * her hand shook. "No, this can't be," she whispered. As Ibrahim stepped off the plane, soldiers saluted. He turned to François, who approached humbly. "Mr. President, forgive us. Your humility is admirable." Ibrahim smiled. "Sometimes we must walk low to see how deep people's hearts are." Inside, Clara collapsed into a seat, her world unraveling. The young attendant's words cut deep. "You didn't just insult President. You insulted all of us who look like him." That evening, at a press conference in Ouagadougou, Ibrahim addressed the world. "I boarded that plane as a man, not a president. What I received was hate, not for my title, but for my skin. Respect is not for the powerful, it's for every human being." His words echoed globally, sparking outrage, reflection, and inspiration. Clara, suspended from a job, wrote a tearful apology, vowing to change. Ibrahim read it, folded it, and launched the *Dignity Project*, a campaign to teach respect in schools, workplaces, and hearts across Burkina Faso. But this story of Seat 2A is just the beginning. It's a spark that lights a larger tale, one of a nation rising from the ashes of its past, led by a man who carries not just the weight of a title, but the dreams of millions. Under President Ibrahim Traoré, Burkina Faso is undergoing a revolution, not of violence, but of vision. From new airports to cashew factories, from solar-powered hospitals to locally made electric cars, this is a story of a country reclaiming its destiny, brick by brick, road by road, and dream by dream. Burkina Faso, a landlocked nation in West Africa, has long faced challenges, instability, poverty, and the lingering shadows of colonial influence. For decades, it seemed stuck, its potential buried under the weight of external control and internal struggles. But as the African proverb says, asterisk when the moon is shining, even a person who cannot walk well feels like taking a walk. Asterisk today, Burkina Faso is walking, boldly, purposefully, under the leadership of Captain Ibrahim Traoré, who took power in September 2022 at the age of 34, becoming one of Africa's youngest leaders. Traoré's vision is clear. Burkina Faso's destiny will be written in Ouagadougou, not Paris or Moscow. It will be shaped by the hands of its people, not foreign powers. His leadership has ignited a transformation that touches every corner of the nation: aviation, agriculture, energy, education, healthcare, and beyond. This is not a slow, cautious change, but a fast, powerful revolution, driven by a fierce commitment to sovereignty and self-reliance. Let's explore how Burkina Faso is rising, sector by sector, into a beacon of hope for Africa and the world. #1. A revolution in the skies, Air Burkina soars again. 4 years, Burkina Faso's connection to the world was limited, its aviation sector struggling. Air Burkina, the national airline, was grounded for 6 months, a symbol of stagnation. But on October 2nd, 2024, Air Burkina took flight again, with a historic route from Ouagadougou to Dakar. This wasn't just a flight, it was a declaration of intent. The government purchased a state-of-the-art Embraer E190, costing $19 million, 65 billion CFA francs, through a partnership with China at the China-Africa Forum. With 6 business-class seats and 92 economy seats, the fuel-efficient plane is perfect for regional routes to cities like Accra and Abidjan. But the vision goes beyond one plane. The government is expanding Air Burkina's fleet and modernizing airports. In Bobo-Dioulasso, the country's second-largest city, the international airport is being transformed into a regional hub with an 80 billion CFA franc investment. A new terminal will handle 1.5 million passengers annually, with upgraded runways, taxiways, and parking areas. New road to the airport will boost local businesses, from hotels to trade. The crown jewel is the Ouagadougou-Donson International Airport, a $1.5 billion project 35 kilometers from the capital. With a 3.5 kilometers runway, extendable to 4 kilometers, and a terminal for 1 million passengers yearly, it's designed for the future. Using low-carbon concrete and a planned 25-megawatt solar farm, it's a model of green innovation. Construction is 80% complete, overcoming past delays caused by political instability. These projects signal Burkina Faso's ambition to connect not just to West Africa, but to the world. #2. Planting the seeds of self-reliance, agriculture and industry. Burkina Faso's strength lies in its soil. A major producer of cashews and cotton, it long exported raw materials while others reaped the profits. Traoré's government is changing that. A new cashew processing plant, one of the largest in Africa, is expected to create 20,000 to 50,000 jobs. Located strategically near farms, it processes cashews for export, keeping profits local and boosting the economy. In Bobo-Dioulasso, a tomato processing factory, funded entirely by Burkina citizens with 7.5 billion CFA francs, $12 million, produces 800 kilograms of tomato concentrate hourly, processing 100 tons daily. It's created 187 direct jobs and 10,000 indirect ones, giving farmers a stable market and reducing food waste. The Agripastoral Offensive 2023-2025 backed by 78 billion CFA francs, has distributed 400 tractors, 339 motorcycles, 69,000 tons of fertilizer, and 18,000 tons of seeds. A $200 million training program is preparing 8,000 young farmers, equipping them with land, water, and tools to feed a nation. Cotton, Africa's largest export for Burkina Faso, is now transformed locally. Military and police uniforms are made in country, and school children wear *Faso Damphani*, a national fabric symbolizing pride. The ban on second-hand clothing imports protects local textile industries, ensuring Burkina Faso dresses itself. #3. Building a foundation of care, finance, and healthcare. To empower its people, Burkina Faso is building systems for financial inclusion and healthcare. On October 7, 2024, Traoré launched the Post Bank of Burkina Faso, BPBF, with 15 billion CFA francs, $25 million. Unlike traditional banks, BPBF serves the underserved, farmers, women, youth, and small businesses with savings accounts, microcredits, and mobile banking. Branches in rural areas ensure access for all, fueling local economies. In healthcare, a groundbreaking geriatric hospital in Bobo Dioulasso, funded with 1.7 billion CFA francs, will be the first dedicated to the elderly. Over 95,000 retirees and their spouses will receive free annual checkups and medicine vouchers, honoring their contributions. A 500-bed university hospital in Parakou, built with Chinese support, offers advanced procedures like cerebral angiography. A second hospital in Gao will serve the southwest and neighboring countries. Mobile clinics, solar-powered vaccine storage, and 55 new community medical centers are bringing care to remote areas. #4. Healing the nation, education, health, and memory. Education is the bedrock of Burkina Faso's future. In 2025, Traoré announced free education from primary school to university, removing barriers for millions. The Presidential Initiative for Quality Education for All is building 39 university lecture halls, 44 high schools, 10 vocational centers, and 250 schools in conflict-affected areas. A new polytechnic university will train the next generation of leaders. Improve curricula and teacher training foster national pride and practical skills. In healthcare, mobile clinics deliver mammograms, sonograms, and colonoscopies to rural areas. The Presidential Initiative for Health is building 5 intensive care units and expanding access to save lives. Meanwhile, the Thomas Sankara Mausoleum in Ouagadougou, designed by architect Francis Kay, honors the revolutionary leader assassinated in 1987. Its 87-meter tower, spiral ramp, and cultural spaces celebrate Burkina Faso's history and resilience. #5. Building a home for all, urban development and pride. Burkina Faso is rebuilding its cities. Over 1,000 social housing units, funded with 5 billion CFA francs, provide homes for displaced families. New roads, parks, and community centers are revitalizing urban areas. The August 4th Stadium in Ouagadougou, named after Sankara's 1983 revolution, has been renovated with new seats, a modern field, lighting, and a digital scoreboard, hosting 35,000 fans for the national football team, *Les Étoiles Star. #6. Powering the nation, energy sovereignty. Energy is the lifeblood of progress. In 2023, Traoré signed a $4 billion deal with Russia's Rosatom to build a nuclear power plant by 2030, aiming to make Burkina Faso an energy hub. A $70 million purchase of the Tema oil terminal in Ghana ensures fuel access for the landlocked nation. A new 104,000 cubic meter fuel storage facility in western Burkina Faso stabilizes supply. These moves are lifting electricity access, which was just 20% in 2020, toward universal coverage. #7. Connecting the nation, infrastructure for progress. Burkina Faso is overcoming its landlocked geography with infrastructure. A $253 million dry port in Bobo Dioulasso will streamline trade with Ivory Coast, Mali, Senegal, and Niger. The FasoRevolution project aims to connect all 45 provinces with a modern railway. By 2029, 50,000 kilometers of roads will be built using 900 locally operated machines, linking villages to markets, schools, and hospitals. A new cement plant in the Plateau Central, producing 1,000 tons daily, reduces reliance on imports. Local textile production ensures uniforms and *Faso are made in country. The ban on second-hand clothing and colonial wigs in courtrooms reaffirms cultural pride. Burkina Faso is crafting its identity with its own hands. ###9. Inventing the future, technology and water. In Ouagadougou, *ITIL unveil Burkina Faso's first electric car, with a 330 kilometers range and solar charging. A $48 million water and sanitation initiative is building 60 water systems, 110 boreholes, and 13,500 toilets, serving over 500,000 people. The Semendeni Dam's fish stocking project will produce 70,000 tons of fish annually, creating jobs and food security. 10. Reclaiming wealth, mining sovereignty. Burkina Faso's gold, long exploited by foreign companies, is now a source of power. A national gold refinery, opened in 2024, processes 150 tons annually, creating 5,000 jobs. The nationalization of the Bangu and Wagner mines ensures profits stay local. New partnerships with Russia and a shift away from France signal a break from colonial ties. Local languages have replaced French as the official language, and a state-run mining company strengthens control over resources. The legacy of Seat 2A. The story of Ibrahim Traoré in Seat 2A is more than a moment of confrontation. It's a metaphor for Burkina Faso's rebirth. Just as he faced prejudice with dignity, his nation is facing its challenges with courage. From grounded plains to soaring ambitions, from barren fields to thriving factories, Burkina Faso is writing its own destiny. Traoré's leadership shows that true power lies not in titles, but in lifting a nation to its feet. Clara's letter arrived at the presidential palace, a quiet promise to change. Across Burkina Faso, the Dignity Project is teaching respect in schools and workplaces. Globally, the story of Flight 227 has inspired millions, a reminder that every human deserves respect, regardless of their seat. As Burkina Faso builds roads, powers homes, and mines its own gold, it sends a message. This is a nation rising, not with borrowed dreams, but with its own vision, its own hands, and its own heart.